Hey everyone, it's Michael from Becker Games. If you haven't seen the introduction video to the Task Time Estimator program yet, you should watch that first by clicking on the annotation. So I'm going to go and start up Task Time Estimator. And as you can see, this is going to start up with the Create Task screen because I don't have any tasks in my task manager yet. This is what you should see when you first start up the program for the first time. So it allows me to create a title or name for my task. I'm going to just leave it as this, read my new book. It should just uniquely identify your task so that you can know what the task is about and what you're doing. Maybe it's a project, maybe it's a book, whatever you might be doing. And what job number I'm going to be starting on. In my case, I'm going to be reading my book. I'm actually going to want to start on page 7 because before page 7, it's just the table of contents and all that stuff. The actual first page starts on page 7, so I'm going to want to skip the table of contents and everything and just start on page 7. Now, what job number will I be ending on? The last page that I want to read my book is page 103 because after that, the index pages are there, so my ending job number would be 103. So index pages, 104 would be the starting index pages, but page 103 is the actual last page that I want to read in my book. So that's when my completion page, basically. So if I go to page 2 on the tabs down here, you can actually go to, let's see, I can go to page 2 and see, have you started this task yet? I did start it. Let's see, I started it 2 days ago. So I'm going to go here to calendar. I'm going to set it to Friday. And I'm going to say I started it around 12. So I'm going to simply go up here and choose 12. And that's PM. So that's 12 noon. And so that's good there. Now I'm going to go to page 3. And it allows me to use custom nouns and verbs. In this case, my job noun singular is page, job noun plural is pages, job verb is read. And so that all works for me. If it's something different for your project or something else that you're doing, then you're going to want to change these so that it makes it easy to see what the program's telling you and read the data, basically. It gives you nice information by using these custom nouns and verbs. And then if this is like the main project that I'm working on, the main thing that I'm doing in my life, or main task, I could always auto-load this task when the program starts. But if I'm doing multiple things, I'm not going to want to do that, so I'm just going to I might uncheck that if I have another project going on. I'll go and check it though, just so that I can show you later on how it auto starts, which is really cool. So this is the Manage Task screen. So as you can see here, it shows the current time, and also the ETA. And as you can see, we're on page 7. So that's actually the starting page, but in reality, since I started a couple days ago, I'm actually on page 22. So I'm going to just go to the Perform tab here. You can go from View to Perform. I'm going to just manually enter in 22. Now here's where it gets pretty fun. Now, if I go back here, it actually tells me, since I've started now, it tells me the average time that it takes to read a page. So even though it might really take me like 2 minutes to read a page on average, with everything accounted for that I'm doing right now in the past, since I started this book, everything from sleeping to eating, everything, it's going to average that all in. So in reality, if you take all that stuff into account, I'm really got a average time per page of 3 hours and 22 minutes and 37 seconds. That's about how long, that's how often since I started that I've read a page. So that's really neat to see. So that's basically like the big picture. So this would factor in like procrastination if you just stopped reading the book for a week, it would factor that in as well. Now let's look up a little bit here, and you can see the remaining time. It shows 276 hours. So at our given pace, it's going to take a while to finish this book. Look even more up here, and it shows we're actually going to finish it Friday, 5/24. So, about 12 days or so, we're going to finish this book. But, that's not too good, because maybe we have a deadline to read this book by, the 15th or something. Well, this program would let you, basically encourage you to read a bit more so that you get the ETA down to about where you need it to be. It's also just kind of nice to see the ETA and try to beat it, even if you don't have any kind of goal in your head of when you want it to be done. You just want to always, no matter what, try to get the ETA down and never let it jump up on you, which is basically if you were to stop working on the task, it would jump up on you quite a bit. You just kind of want to try to prove it wrong, beat it basically. As you get further along into the project, like 50% or 60% done, the ETA will get extremely accurate. Some of my 8-hour tasks, like programming things, like a programming bit that would take like the whole day, it actually predicted it within 20 minutes after just a couple hours of working on an 8-hour task, which is really, really cool. This even works well on extremely long projects. I'm talking about like months and months of work, such as a huge programming project. It has really helped me in changing direction before on a project. I saw the ETA was going to, it said that the project would take a few years. And I just didn't, I didn't want to do that. So I had to fix that. So in order to fix it, I could either push harder to try to get that ETA down, or I could get more resources and continue the project to try to just do that. Or I could also change direction of the project, or even abandon it altogether. And thankfully I was able to change direction and then get it to be a nice, successful project. So now, as you can see, I'm just reading my new book, and you can either, as I did before, you can either enter and change the current page manually, or you can hit these plus and minus buttons to increase and decrease the current page. If you tend to read, like, let's say 10 pages at a time, and you can also set this plus minus amount to anything you want. You could change it to 10. Now when I hit plus or minus, it goes up by 10. So it's kind of neat. But you can just do that on the perform page here. And let's see. So let's see. I'm going to hit it back to 1 though. And as I'm reading, let's say I read a couple pages, so I hit it up, and all of a sudden the average time decreases, the ETA slightly decreases, and you can see it actually start going down. Really neat. You can of course have multiple projects from this task manager screen. You can view, delete, and create different tasks. You can also search for a task. So if I just started typing truck, nothing would come up. If I started typing book, of course I would just have this because I only have one task. If you'd like to download Task Time Estimator, you can visit beckergames.com. If you'd like to watch another in-depth tutorial, this one focusing on generic projects, you can click the annotation. And please like, comment, and subscribe for more awesome stuff from Becker Games. Hope you enjoy. Thanks.